Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super pumped to have you here. So today we're going to be doing an unboxing and a board setup. So I just got this package in from Thank You Supply. It's the Darkstar board that I wanted to set up for this channel. So yeah, let's get right into it. All right, let's get this thing opened. They actually didn't package this thing very well, so let's see what's inside. The first thing we got is some Thank You Supply grip tape. This is super cool, but we are going to be using AM grip for this board setup, but that's super cool. And here it is, the Darkstar board that is graphic I liked a lot. There's the top ply, here's the graphic, and they also have this Darkstar sticker, which is gonna look great on the board. That's normally my backdrop, so yeah, let's open this thing up. So, most people know the best part about putting a board together is this amazing part, getting to cut this plastic off. This is super amazing feel. I'm not doing it very well. All right, and yeah, this looks so much better even outside the plastic. So, what we could show off this board. Not gonna need this, but it does say 30-day warranty, so that's super cool. And here is our Darkstar sticker. So this is gonna look super, super cool. Now let me go grab my grip tape and we will start gripping this thing. All right, so for AM grip, we've got the Force Wheels collab, which is super sick. I haven't skated that one. And we've got the standard AM grip Revive collab, but I think we're gonna go with the Force Wheels collab just because I haven't skated this one yet. So just one last look at the board and the back before we throw some grip tape onto it. Move some of this stuff over. All right, let's start the gripping process. So we got the paper off and the cutout is right there. So let's get this stuck on here. Put it down just like that. That's pretty cool. We're gonna see some of the Darkstar logo on the bottom. Make sure we have no air bubbles. And I also like to just take the sheet of paper they gave me and press it down just like that. Saves your hands a little bit. All right, so that's on there pretty good. Make sure this part's down. Yeah, it's definitely down. All right, let me get a file. And well, I had a file, but I can't find it, so we're just gonna use this screwdriver. All right, so that's what that looks like. And now for the part that I can get judged for the most, and that is cutting the grip tape. So I have a brand new razor blade and I have the regular box cutter that I use, but this time we are just going to use the razor blade. It's sharper, it's more precise. And if you're setting a board up for the first time, you know, I recommend using a box cutter because razor blades, they're a little bit sketchy and they can get lost in different places. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we're just gonna start cutting towards myself. And that's another thing about gripping skateboards. Normally, I recommend cutting towards yourself, which, you know, is something you're taught, you know, not to do. But we're probably gonna be able to go around this in one clean swipe. Give you guys a better image right there. Just cut around this. That's super clean. And just like that. So as I thought, the steepness of the concave doesn't really mess it up when you're cutting it, even though when you're scraping it down, you can't really see it. And just like that. And we have officially cut the grip tape out. There's a few small spots that I'm gonna touch up, but then we're gonna start sanding it down. All right. Now let's start sanding this down. So we're going to take some of the grip tape, break it off, put it together just like that, and we're going to start. All right, so we're all sanded down, and now that I look at it, wow, that is a little sketchy right there on the grip job, but you know what? It's a skateboard. It's probably going to get destroyed anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, now let's poke the holes in and get our trucks on. So, as much as I love violently stabbing at the top with my screwdriver to find the holes, I'm just going to be poking them in with this nail, and then I'm going to cut them out a little bit with the razor so I can just see better, and make things easier. The bolts will go in a little bit better if you pre-make the holes. So we're gonna just do this, pop these in. All right, now that I can see where all the holes are at, now I'm just going to start cutting around the holes so the bolts will stick in a little bit better. Again, if you normally don't grip your boards, this part is also kind of sketchy because I'm holding it down with my hand and I'm using a razor really close to my hand, but just like that. And so the bolt will go in a lot easier that way. And also, this might be, everybody sets their boards up a little bit different. This is just like how I like to do it, but from my experience, this has helped. Cut this one out just like that. All right, so the goal is to make it just look like that, so you can see all 4 holes super easily, and there's no grip tape in the way that will get the screw caught up on, so it'll go straight in. I'm gonna do that to the other side, and then we're gonna put the trucks on. All right, now it's time for you guys to watch the most boring part of setup videos, and that's me using a ratchet tool and screwing these in. So instead, why don't I tell a story? So this, and you've heard this before if you've watched my live videos, but this is how I got into skateboarding. So essentially, I went to school at Mississippi State University, and I hadn't skated for a long time, and Braille skateboarding kept popping in my YouTube feed. So one night, it was like around 4 in the morning, and I went to the Waffle House to go get some breakfast, a 4 in the morning snack, and I pulled into my parking spot backwards, so I was facing out towards the highway, and I was looking over, and there was a Walmart and a parking garage that was only really used during game days. So I decided, why don't I go pick up a Walmart board and see if I could do some ollies in this parking garage. And that's exactly what I did, and I was able to land an ollie within the first night. For some reason, and it wasn't that difficult for me. And I'll say this, I don't really have any talent at skateboarding, but it just came easy because I tried really hard, and I thought I knew what to do, and I've been watching a lot of skateboarding, even though I hadn't really done it in a while. So from there, I decided, you know what, I think this is pretty good, so why don't I make an Instagram page and post my ollie on there. And I never really stopped going to this parking garage. Every day after class, I would keep going there to skate. And there was no skate parks in my town. I'm in the South, so skateboarding's not looked at as a cool thing to do. So I would just go to this parking garage and skate all the time. And that's pretty much how I got into skateboarding. So after my sophomore year of college, I realized that I didn't want to be in Mississippi anymore. I should go back home to the suburbs of Chicago. And so I come back home, and I pretty much meet up with a bunch of guys at the skate park, because from where I live now, I pretty much have 3 local skate parks. And I started to skate with everybody, and because I was like the worst one out of my group of skaters, and I had no experience at any transition at all, so I feel like I got a lot better being the worst skater there. And that's pretty much where I am now. And over the time, I just started getting better and posting more edits on my Instagram, whenever I would learn a new trick. And we pretty much got to where we are now. But this story does have some meaning behind it, and it's something it's a point I want to get across also on my Instagram page. It's that you guys can do absolutely anything you set your mind to and anything you want to do. If if you want to get into skateboarding, at some point you're going to be the beginner at the park, but it doesn't really matter. Everybody's there, super cool, and most of the time people are going to be super helpful. I know skateboarding gets a bad name because skate parks seem like a place where a lot of bad things happen, but I've never met more people as supportive as the skaters I've met in real life. I wish I could say it's always the same on Instagram, but a lot of times you get some toxic skaters on Instagram. But all in all, my skateboarding experience has been extremely positive, and that's why I want to try to make a positive place for you guys where I can post these videos and you can enjoy watching them. But anyway, one more bolt and we will be set up. And Even though I don't have that much room down here, I guess we're gonna do the kickflip test. Let's get this screwed in, and I will show you the final product. All right, so the final product is done. I don't think I'm gonna put any stickers on this right now. Maybe later, but that's what it looks like. So this is an 8.25 Darkstar board. This is a Johnson Pro model. We've got our Grind King trucks. These are Bones Reds bearings with Heartbreak wheels, and our Am Grip Force Wheels collab grip tape. And I believe this is independent hardware, I think. And the bolts, yeah, I think they're independent, but honestly, it's probably a bunch of miscellaneous different stuff. So yeah, let's get on to the kickflip test. Oh, as much as I don't want you guys to see how messy my basement is, we still got to do the kickflip test. Oh. The show must go on. You guys, I hope you guys can see this. First try. All right, guys. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. This board setup was extremely fun to make. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and check out my Instagram. Link will be down below in the description. Thanks so much, guys.